I want to bring in now Vicky Biggs, who's a sports psychology specialist with the Sports Council. Hello there, Vicky.
Hi there, thanks for having me on.
Oh, no, thank you very much. Hopefully you can give us some insight as to how the players might be feeling ahead of this game. So in terms of how players stay calm, but very much still up for it, very much still confident, passionate, control that adrenaline in a big game, how do they do that?
Well, I was chatting with your researcher yesterday, and we were talking about the slightly squirmy word of arousal, and I'm sorry to say that on a morning programme.
At 10 to 10, that's
fine.
Yes,
I think that the sort of anxiety that comes with a game of this level, this is as big as it gets for the Scotland squad. It's the world stage. Brazil tend to be mooted as one of the world's best squads. So I would imagine that sort of level of pressure is building for the players. But I would also hope that within the team and within the squad that they do work with a sports psychologist who has them already prepared for almost the unknown. Our anxiety tends to be triggered by unknown things that we aren't sure about, and practicing for that as a sports person, particularly as an elite athlete, an elite performer, would hopefully be one of the main kind of tactics or main themes within a kind of a team's training. They should always be preparing for what's going to happen, but they haven't already done that before. This is a new squad. They've not played Brazil before. This Scotland squad hasn't played this Brazil squad before. So there's some balance there. There's some equality there. Neither team has played either. So they've both got an area of kind of anxiety to deal with there.
Mm-hmm. If the team plays for a draw because that is what they think that. If this is what they believe, what they realistically think they can get out of the match, is that a risky mindset psychologically? If you go out there and you're maybe thinking we can't win, but we could draw, so we'll try for that. Is that risky?
Probably yes. I think that bravery is always about risk versus reward, and about commitment to the task. And I did hear one of the players, Lawrence Shanklin, talking about this in another interview, about that sense of risk versus reward and being committed to achieving whatever it is they have hopefully collectively agreed on achieving. The sort of the option to leave it on the sideline as a draw doesn't feel quite right in terms of giving it your best shot and pushing it as far as you possibly can, because this is the biggest match they've ever played in. This is as far as this group of players have ever gotten. So why would they not have that open-minded mindset that says, let's try as hard as we can and let's push further than we've ever done before? We have to. We've no option.
Yeah. What's the one mental factor that could decide this game? Is it that doubt creeping in, especially when they're coming into it off the back of a defeat against Morocco?
I'm not sure if there's a single thing. I think that it might be more to do with maybe not that there being a collective agreement on something. So let's say you've got sort of individuals within the team, and then you need to have also a collective mindset. And if there's what I might describe as a rogue element, a Tom Cruise moment in there that takes them off of their plan or outside of what they were expecting, then it can be a really difficult thing for everybody else in the squad to deal with. If the individuals aren't playing to their expected tasks and the things that they've planned in advance of the game actually happening.
Interesting stuff. Thank you very much. Appreciate you giving us your insight and your time there. Thank you. ever so much. That was Vicky Biggs, who's a sports psychology specialist with the Sports Council.